Hey, and welcome to KirbKast next season. This is Kirby Farrell. I'm always your host, and today with me, I have none other than Gameboy. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
Man, it's good to hear from you. I'm so glad you're with us today. How you doing?
Nah, I'm good, man. Everything's all cool.
All right, well, as you know here on KirbKast, I always try to find the best and the next of all types of music coming into the next generation. So, let's go ahead and just get right into it. So, right off the bat, explain to us musically, what do you do? What is Gameboy?
Gameboy's a different amount of things, man. Gameboy is music. Gameboy is a symbol. I want it to be more than just, a regular song or regular artist, man. Just with everything that's going on right now, just, like going back to how we grew up with Game Boys and everything we did and everything that's built off of that little small device. So it's really, I want it to be refreshing and bring back a lot of old memories that our generation went through. I don't know if like the younger generations had the same experiences with the Game Boys, like the Game Boy Color, Advance, all that stuff, but it's just,
you shoot for the remnants of our generation. Oh man, I had a Game Boy when I was a kid. From Pokemon to Kirby, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
man. I actually have a Game Boy Color in my bag.
Oh yeah,
whipped it out on the plane ride. Yeah, I had a couple strange looks. Look at me like what? But,
yeah, that's right. You came all the way out here from Miami.
Yeah. It was such a far plane ride.
Oh, I bet. Well, good to have you with us.
Oh, thanks, man.
A lot of people when they're striving for success, they have to look at the success that they've previously attained. And that requires years. That requires months, just experience and learn. How long have you been producing?
Well, I've been producing, I think now coming in December, it's going to be about 2 years.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. About 2 years. Yeah. Started off just DJing. Didn't really fall right with me, just being like a jukebox. No, I'm not throwing out any other DJs. I'm just saying, that wasn't my thing. So I wanted to get more and.
You wanted to put your spin on it, huh?
Yeah, man. And then originally, my deal wasn't Game Boy. Like when I started producing, I had other releases when I started, but just over time, just realizing my style and the sounds that I'm using and all the influences that I've had, it just kind of happened one day. Just sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh man, it'd be cool. This kind of sounds like video games and stuff. I was like, yeah, man, but I really liked Game Boys and stuff like that. So I was like. Oh, shoot. What?
Yeah, who the hell wouldn't love Game Boys?
Yeah.
They're the best. I think I probably had like 3 different ones. It's just, I love the ruminants idea that you have going there because it's going to bring a lot of just good feelings back. So you're shooting well with a good name like that.
Thanks, bro. Thank you.
So where does it come from? Where does you wanting to be a musician / producer, why do you want to be such a thing?
Man, that's a great question because growing up, music was never an idea for me. I grew up playing sports.
What'd you play?
Wow. I think I played almost everything except for like hockey. Hockey and like golf or tennis. But I played baseball, football, volleyball.
Which one were you the best at?
Oh, that's hard. No, I'm not gonna answer it in the sense of which one I was best at. The one that I enjoyed the most was volleyball.
Volleyball,
sure.
yeah, that's pretty brutal sport, man.
Yeah,
I don't know how many nose like on YouTube or in the internet in general. How many noses I've seen just get broken? Man.
The fingers that I've seen twisted. No, it's
a bad spike. Or I guess if it was you on there, good spike.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you don't have any other do you have any other relatives or anyone in the family that are like musicians at all? Like.
No, not at all, actually, man. Nah, I would say not a musician, but I have my older brother's into like photography and stuff like that. So that's the only art
related thing.
Yeah, art related thing that goes on in my family. Yeah.
So as far as you know, at least in breath breathing family members, you're the only one on music level, huh?
As far as I know, yeah. I mean, shout out to my family if you guys want to let me know what you guys are doing.
All right, well. That's good. Bring that new generation coming.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, It's an easy question, and I ask it all the time, but it's God given to believe. What is your favorite artist? I'm assuming we're going the producer industry. Who would be your top fave?
Top fave producer, man. That's a great question. I've never had somebody ask me that. Man, favorite producer. I think it's gotta be. It's a kid. His name's Virtual Riot. He's from Germany.
Virtual Riot.
Virtual Riot.
Virtual Riot. All right.
Oh, that kid, man. That kid makes some crazy stuff.
All the way from Germany.
Yeah. Kid from Germany. Yeah. Now he's a little bigger. Now he's coming up now. But he's not one of the majors in the industry yet. No, he's gonna be there soon. But yeah,
is he like under the radar type of underground type of stuff?
Yeah. He was under the radar for a long time. I was actually surprised how long he was on the down low. But now is when he's getting more exposed. He's getting a lot of more collaborations. And shout out to Virtual Riot. He's really cool.
Cool. So, do you look up to him at all? Do you based off a little bit things off of him? Do you use any of his type of methods on how he makes music?
I think his general creative flow. Like it's more than just music with him. It's like, I don't know, it's like just it's like a vibe, a persona, it's a style, it's a a lot of things, man.
Sounds like he makes some good music, man. He leaves you speechless.
Yeah, check him out, bro. Check him out.
Like I'm gonna have to.
Anybody.
I'm up for a good time. So, you flew all the way from Miami. So, Are you naturally, were you born in Miami?
Yeah, born and raised in Miami. Family's Cuban, so I'm like Cuban American. I was born here, so
I got you. Cool. How big's your family?
Relatively, we're not that big as you would think. It's not like we have like massive family reunions. We're a nice little team clan. You have any siblings? I know you mentioned your brothers. Yeah.
Like, you got siblings that you would live with, or they step?
Yeah, mom's side, I'm the only child. Dad's side, I have an older brother and an older sister.
Okay, cool. Well, when it comes to producing or writing music naturally, you're going to face a couple blocks sometimes, and you got to figure out ways to get around them if you want to go to the next level. And my question is, what are some challenges that you have gone through in the past?
Whoa. I mean, a lot. I think it's something that every artist could relate with, just frustration of, is it going to happen? Is it not? What's my backup? So things like that, like thinking, okay, yeah, I'm doing music. I really want to do this. I want to make a career, but just, okay, not everybody, it's sad, but not everybody can be as successful as one wants to be. So, just the frustrations of thinking what else I can do, to
push on.
Yeah, man.
I got you.
Push on.
I got you. Yeah, no problem there. Anything else that you would say, like, when people are coming for advice on that type of producing style, especially in your field of music, you got any advice you would give anybody,
Yeah. For anybody for coming up producing, I would say just stick with it, bro. The hardest part is starting it. Starting out, learning what everything does, how the programs work, what softwares and stuff like that. Just really stay humble. Don't rush yourself. You're not gonna be, an overnight Martin Garrix or an overnight Skrillex. It's gonna take time.
Doesn't happen
Don't worry.
overnight.
Yeah. And everybody's something that was taught to me by an older artist was that everybody's story is different. Don't judge somebody else's success and try to compare and contrast, because everybody's way to come up was different.
Of course.
I mean, people are similar, but everybody has a different way of coming up. So don't pressure yourself as to saying, man, but my tracks are cooler and my sounds are crazier. Why is this guy getting more attention than me? Just stay focused, stay on your track. Everybody, if you stay in it long enough, it'll happen, man. It'll just come. If you do your own thing, you're trying to, I would say, not try to copy other people, but try to stay humble to yourself and what your style and your brand. People will follow you. You got to give it time.
All right. Oh, well, thanks. Yeah, that's It's pretty heroic right there on that part. Good job. So another big question, personally, I'd like to know as well: collaboration, especially in your type of field of music. Collaboration is a big key, and it can help you get to one place to the other.
Yeah.
If I'm allowed to ask, who have you collaborated
with, man? Okay, so just recently, actually, I got hit up by this kid. His name is Rek Yu. He's from Maryland, I believe. Yeah, he's Russian. And he's a 16-year-old, hit me up. So we just started talking, and he sent me some tracks, and I was really impressed. And I hit him up, and I was like, dude, like, let's make something. He's like, yeah, I'm down. So
all you gotta do is just like, you like somebody, you like their stuff, and you just DM in right there.
Just hit him up. You never know. You can hit him up, and then some people think, oh no, but he's probably not going to respond because, he's on this level, but you never know, man. You never know.
Guess you never know till you try.
Of course.
Wow.
But yeah, with I have him, Rek Yu, have shout out to my boy. He's down in Miami. He's a local artist coming up, singer / rapper. I'm sorry, he's not more of a singer. He's more of a rapper. John Austin.
Yeah,
John Austin's sick. Also another rapper. He's from Pittsburgh, living in Orlando right now. His name's Gray. Yeah, we're doing a remix for him. Hopefully, I'm trying to push him to get an actual collaboration going. Sure. Come on, Gray, let's do it.
Gray from Pittsburgh. We were able to do an interview here over in season
really?
1. Yeah.
Oh, how funny.
He's a funny dude.
Oh, I love
Skinniest
that kid,
white boy you'll ever meet, but tell you what he does. He has some skills behind the mic pretty well. Very cool, very cool. So, in addition to collaboration, I guess the dream question has to come up. If there was one artist that you were able to work with, who would it be?
Okay, well, if it's not Virtual Riot, it would have to be another big influence in my style, my brand. Is a guy named Seven Lions.
Seven Lions,
yeah.
That's a name.
He's from California. Yeah. He's a really big name in the industry, and he has a lot of songs that get put on the radio. But God, that guy's music is really inspiring. So it would be definitely Seven Lions.
So what I've heard from one of your two favorite artists is that their music is inspiring.
Oh yeah.
I guess it feels you that you want to do better. It want to get you farther, and what makes you just get better at everything in life.
Yeah.
What does it take for your music to be inspiring for Gameboy? What does that feel like?
That would be, honestly, I think if you're true to yourself in your music and you're trying to stick with you and your plans and your team and your brand. And I think I said brand twice actually, but
it's all right.
But yeah, if it's just genuine, just not trying to sound like anybody, trying to sound like you, doing your own thing, man. I don't see why it wouldn't inspire somebody else. Like it's just really, really touching to get. I'm kind of ranting on right now. But
nah, it's a hard question.
Yeah, it is, bro. You're not easing up on me at all. You're hitting me with these hard bombs. But yeah, if it's just genuine, true to yourself music, I believe that it can inspire a lot of other people because you're trying to be very unique.
So you're saying just putting that work out there, and if people can see that it's the real you in there,
yeah,
that will go, and that's what it is for you on inspiration.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Dope. All right. So you said small family. I gotta ask, does the family support you on your career?
Yeah, I'm actually really, really blessed to have the family I have. They've been supportive since day one. My mom and my grandma and my cousins and everybody. Everybody's just on board and they're willing. It doesn't happen overnight, but just keep grinding. And
it's what you need in your life is just support.
Yeah, strong backbone.
Yeah.
Actually have a family tattoo.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Family's everything, man. I agree with you. You're nobody without a family.
All day.
So, how many gigs have you played live? Because I know to get anywhere, you got to be in person.
Yeah, that's true. Gigs that I've done live, I haven't really gotten to that point yet. I think I've done like four shows. I did one in Tampa. I did a block party in Tampa.
How was that?
That was fun. Yeah. It was different, you know, playing.
Was that your first like live show
Yeah,
over there in Tampa?
that was my first live show, and that was it was a different crowd, you know, not what I was normally used to being like involved, like being in the crowd. Like I don't know, it was kind of like a shock to me being on the flip side for the first time.
Because you're usually out there watching somebody.
I'm normally listening, watching.
It's like, oh man, that's gonna be me one day right there.
Oh yeah, that's what everybody's saying. But you know, like to be behind the booth and just trying to play out my what I have in plan, you know, some stuff that I have already put out, some things that I'm gonna put out, you know, and just having a good time overall. It was very interesting. It was the first time, so I think first time for anything, it's a little shaky, you know. It wasn't.
Did you feel like you did okay on the gig?
Yeah. I feel like now if I do it now, it would have been completely different. But at the time, yeah.
Well, first gig, you know, you gotta be a little shaky, but butterflies in your stomach. But
oh yeah,
you know, if you feel good about it, then that's that's when you figure, you know, I guess this is the thing for me.
Yeah. And then I did some shows out in Cali. I did 2 in San Diego, and then I did 1 in I forgot the name of it. It's like something Valley. It was a local festival, but it was still fun. It was something. Yeah, it was something new. It was like up in the mountains. Yeah, it was.
So one was festival. Cool. The other 2 block parties as well, or
well, the one in Tampa was a block party.
Right.
The one I really don't remember what valley it is, what valley, but that was a local festival. And then we played at Basement Nightclub out in San Diego. Yeah, it's a relatively well-known nightclub, and we played out there twice. That was something unique. Yeah, that was
you guys
fun.
Bringing in a decent crowd as well.
Yeah. Because at that time I wasn't Gameboy yet. That time I was with another homie of mine. We used to call each other Vision.
Vision.
Yeah. So we had 2 sets down in Basement, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was two funnest sets I've ever played. And
I know that in the pardon me, but in the EDM field, I'm not as educated on it, but I know from the genres as it comes to it, or subgenres would be like bass, trap, dubstep.
Wubs, yeah, it's all about the wubs.
Well, you know what's your specialty? Are you multi-doing? What do you do as well?
Man, you know, it's hard because I don't know. It's sometimes and it's really what mood I'm in, because sometimes I'll start and I really never know what I'm gonna make when I first initially try to start something. I never know where it's gonna go. Sometimes I think it's just overall like vibe that you're in. Sometimes I end up winding a little more towards the dubstep. Sometimes I widen a little more towards trap. Sometimes I'll do like future bass, which is another subgenre that's coming up, which is really, really sick.
So it starts out as a blank canvas, and then whatever mood that you're in. You're like, I'm just gonna, all right, today, I just feel like making a poof, so you're just gonna go with that.
Yeah, or like a wub, or a lot of times I get inspired by listening to old music, bro.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I grew up on...
What do you listen to, or what would you listen to?
I grew up on like Metallica, Disturbed, Slipknot.
Good bands.
Yeah, a lot of big bands. You know, I was never that junkie that always listened to like the upcoming bands. I was never like that. I was listening to what was hot at the time.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And then you know, some hip hop artists like Bryson Tiller, Everybody Loves Drake, Tory Lanez. And then I don't know. So I'll just sometimes when I can't really get inspired by something, I'll just like start listening to old music, and 9 out of 10 times something always comes out of listening to classics.
So I guess that'd be some good piece of advice. You know, if you're you're stumped on it, just listen to your favorite and see what you get out of it.
Yeah, and it's funny because recently I was going through like a writer's block where I couldn't. Man, I think it was like a month that I couldn't write anything. Like nothing solid would come out of my mind.
Oh yeah.
And I was listening to. Whoa, what was I listening to again? I'm pretty sure it was Disturbed and like some of their older stuff. And I think it was it was Indestructible. I was listening to, just popped it in, just listening to Indestructible, and just caught a vibe and just whipped out my laptop, just started writing from there, and I broke a writer's block, and I was the happiest kid at the moment.
Shout out to Disturbed for having the cure for writer's block.
Hell yeah.
Well, Lynn, I bet I can see how that would work. When I'm trying to write music myself, I usually pop out like an old Beatles vinyl and just see what
you wrote music, man.
Oh yeah, man, I try my best. I mean, being a drummer,
No,
I
it's
can
sick.
only write so much. So,
yeah.
in other words, when I write something, I'll usually go, "Hey guys, can we try this? Like,
Yeah.
you do that, and then say this word, and if it works, it
Yeah.
works. It doesn't, I'll just shut up and get behind the set again."
Yeah. No, but that's cool, man. That's cool. Anybody writing music that's always cool to hear.
It's always a good feeling, especially when you get it done.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel when you put something outward? For example, with the research we've done here at KirbKast, you do have a single out there on Spotify, I believe.
That was old.
How do you feel when when
Like,
you got it out there and it
yeah.
got like 10,000 listens? How did that make you feel?
I know exactly what you're talking about, man. But that was, I don't know. It was a first time. It was funny.
Pop it like a boss. Is that it?
No, it's like a pro, man.
Like a pro. That's it. Yeah, like a pro. My
Yeah,
bad.
I think when it hit me was my mom. My mom's telling me that her coworker was she was doing something, and she goes to check up on her daughter, and she notices her daughter's listening to something not normally what she listens to, and when she goes and she sees what she's listening to, she told me that she was listening to Like a Pro. She's like, "Yeah, oh my god, I love the song." So that was when it really resonated. I'm like, wow, man, it's funny how something that I was making on a laptop can go a long way, and next thing you know, little kids listen to it. So that was really cool. It's a nice, unique experience.
Dope. And also, you went by a different name, or was it just for that one single? But Demas or Demas, how's it pronounced?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did Demas, and then I went through a stage of like really weird beats, like just unorthodox beats.
Experimenting.
So yeah, that was Zen. Yeah, it was like experimental music. And then I did Visions with my homie, and then I kind of wanted to do my own thing. So, with a lot of time and a lot of effort, that's how Gameboy came out to be. But yeah, I first started out with Demas, and Demas. Yeah, it's funny how Demas is my middle name, and I tell people that, and they're like, what? Demas? So,
well, I mean, all the greats, you have to start somewhere, and changing the name or changing the style until just find out what's right. What do people like?
Yeah,
that's totally understandable.
For sure.
So overall, for Gameboy, what is the feel for Gameboy? I know you're bringing the remnants of the game of the Nintendo Game Boy,
right?
Copyright, going for that. But what are you trying to get people to just like come out and listen to? Like my band over there, we're gonna play some rock music later. I mean, we're a jazz group over here at this this hipster club. Come on, what does Gameboy bring in?
The Gameboy, I want to say it's a lot of throwbacks. A lot of throwbacks, yeah, as in like things you grew up listening to, some catchy melodies that everybody knows.
So if I go see you live, you better play some Ed, Ed and Eddie for me.
Oh, now, I don't know about Ed, Ed and Eddie. Oh yeah, because Ed, Ed and Eddie came out on the Game Boy. So yeah, yeah. Oh hell yeah. So that's actually a good idea. But
write it down.
Yeah, it's like the Metroids. Just a lot of old classics, a lot of
so video games.
Yeah, I would say like the general feel would be fun. Yeah, just very fun, interactive. Something that is reminiscing and something that can make a really deep impact with you.
Okay, yeah, something that be like, oh shit, yeah, I used to listen to it all the time.
Yeah.
So it's just video games mostly, or is it bands?
I'm not secluding to just video games, but no, it's like everything, bro. Everything. I would say, yeah, I would throw in some bands, throw in some hip hop, obviously some electronic. It would probably be mostly electronic music, but
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, neat. So how about content? Let's talk about content for a bit.
Let's talk about content.
What? If I'm looking for Gameboy, what can I find on the internet right now?
Ooh, on the internet right now, well, I would say 2 days ago, I just launched some of the social media pages. So like on Instagram, you can follow Gameboy on Instagram at Gameboy Music. On Twitter, it's at Gameboy Music. I had to put a 1 because somebody freaking has Gameboy Music.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I know. It's some kid.
Move over, kid.
Yeah, come on. So Twitter is Gameboy Music 1. SoundCloud is Gameboy Music 1 as well. So I try to keep it pretty connected. Yeah,
keep them similar as much as possible. Smart move.
And I haven't done YouTube or Facebook yet. That's something that's currently in the process of with my team back in Miami. We're currently getting that situated. But yeah, it's gonna be on YouTube and YouTube and Facebook as well.
Gotcha. I'll be sure to put all those links where you can find Gameboy in the description as well, so you guys can find Gameboy in no time.
Yeah.
All right, so we've talked about the family, the content, what brings Gameboy to the table, and what makes him who he is. But a better question is, Gameboy,
what's up?
Where do you want to achieve? What do you want to do in the future with Gameboy? What are you aiming for, man?
No, just for sure. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be satisfied with where I'm gonna get to, because wherever I go, I know I'm not gonna be satisfied, because it's just there's always more. You know, the sky's the limit. There's really no strings to where this can go, and I really want it to be more than just music. Want it to be a movement, a symbol, you know, just a kind of like a calling, just like wake up, especially with things that are going on right now, just like kind of like a wake up call, like bringing a lot, and then a lot of reminiscence back, you know, just thinking back of all the good times we had, and there's really no need for a lot of the things that are going on right now. So I believe that it can be a lot more than music.
A lot more than music.
Yeah.
That's some poetic words right there. Oh. No stopping point, just gonna be music for the rest.
Yeah, I'm starting being a poet for now.
Dope. Well, I have one question. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you fly all the way from Miami.
You say it like if it's such a far flight.
Well, hey man, you know, what was it, like an hour flight?
Yeah,
you know how long an hour is.
Trust me, I know, bro. We took off, and you know, I waited for all clear. You know, the last thing I want to do is disrupt any signals coming into our plane. So they're like, okay, you lose a large device. I'm like, all right, cool. So you know, I whipped out my laptop. You know, starting to work on a couple projects going on. Like 20 minutes. Okay, if we could put the large devices away, we're about to start our process for.
So you just whipped it
landing.
out.
I was like, "Are you serious? Like, what's going on? Like, come on! I thought this was gonna be a lot longer." But
oh, good flight. But going back to how you would listen to bands or artists in general for inspiration, rumor has it that you're a huge NWA fan. Is this true?
Oh, when go back a couple months when I found out that they were doing a Straight Outta Compton movie, I was freaking out. I was looking all over the internet for more information. There was not too much information yet, and I was really mad. But yeah, you know, growing up, you know, I'm so glad you brought that up, because that's one of the big influences that growing up that I had that I forgot to mention, man. NWA, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, MC Ren, all those guys, man, they're all so sick, and they're all true to themselves and what's going on right now. So in that sense, that is something that I would like to have that same influence in my music, you know, just think back, and
because they started movements, they started opening people's eyeballs about all the racism and stuff that was going on down in California.
Yeah, that's huge respect, and at that time that was a real ballsy move.
Oh yeah,
to do, man, because they, you know, that was no joke. That was no joke out there. So
they made a movement. Other than that,
huge.
They made a stamp on history. So what did you think of the movie? Because when I went and saw it, I thought it was all right. I personally, you know, wasn't a big fan of NWA. I didn't listen to much of NWA until I saw the movie. I didn't go out there and get dreadlocks afterwards.
Right.
But I mean, I know music when I hear it, and especially when it packs a punch, and that's exactly what I would use for their type of style. What did you think of their movie?
The movie,
that adaptation.
I think I'm kind of biased, because I think any direction the movie would have gone, to me it would have been my top 5 movies. So I've seen it, I think maybe like 10 times.
And how did you feel about Ice Cube's son playing as himself?
He did a fantastic job, man. Like there was literally, like, there wasn't a point in the movie that I thought, this isn't Ice Cube, this is Ice Cube's son.
Did a good job, huh?
Yeah, the whole movie I was like, dude, this is what Ice Cube went through. This is Ice Cube,
just like his dad.
Yeah, and who else to pick other than your son to be your role? I mean, that must have been insane.
All right. Well, this was season 2, episode 1 of KirbKast. I want to thank y'all for joining us and having Gameboy come all the way out here. Thanks, man.
Very funny.
Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. No, thanks for having me, brother.
Oh yeah, anytime. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. This has been KirbKast. Peace out.